7 days ago, the Formula One circus was at the Red Bull Ring in Austria. Now it returns back to its home. This is where Formula One was born in 1950. It's the British Grand Prix at RAF Silverstone for round 12 of the 2024 F1 World Championship. It's the beginning of July and it's the halfway stage of the season here at the British Grand Prix. July then takes us as well to Hungary and Belgium before the summer break. The Netherlands takes us in August. We're followed by September, beginning with the Italian Grand Prix at Monza. It also has Azerbaijan and Singapore. October sees us back to the United States at COTA alongside Mexico. November sees Brazil and Las Vegas as a street circuit once more. December takes us to Qatar, and the season rounding out December 8th at Abu Dhabi. Max Verstappen still leads the Drivers' Championship on 237 points. Lando Norris now just 6 clear of Charles Leclerc in second and third. Carlos Sainz is fourth, followed by Sergio Perez fifth. He's just clear to Oscar Piastri. George Russell, victory in Austria has put him in the fight. Lewis Hamilton, Fernando Alonso and Yuki Tsunoda rounding out the top 10. Lance Stroll now on 17 points. Nico Hülkenberg moving up with 14 with a great result in Austria. Danny Ricciardo on 11, Behrman still on 6 and he's just signed for Haas for 2025. He's level now with Pierre Gasly. Kevin Magnussen has 5, Esteban Ocon 3, Alexander Albon 2, Zhou Guanyu, Valtteri Bottas and Logan Sargent still no points. In the constructors' standings, Red Bull lead on 355 points, but Ferrari closing them in 291. McLaren have 268, followed by Mercedes on 196. Aston Martin have 58 with RB on 30. Haas have 19. Alpine are on 9. Williams are on 2. And Sauber still on 0 points. Let's take a look around a former RAF airbase. It's Silverstone, 3.660 miles, 18 turns and some of the best corners on the planet. It's Bethlehem for Formula One. This is where it all started in 1950. Get a good exit out of the last corner club, across the line and hurtle down towards turn 1 at Abbey. 8th gear flat out, lift over to 7th, then just coast down towards Farm, back to full throttle. First heavy wheel braking spot down all the way, 3rd gear into Village. 2 tight left-handers coming up, the loop as well, which opens up the throttle slightly before a fast attack into Aintree. DRS open as you enter down the Wellington Straight towards Brooklands, reaching maximum RPM as well. Fly the car in 5th gear, control the acceleration as well through Brooklands into Lovefield. Double apex corner as well. Be careful not to make the car slide out as well. And attack through a long sweeping right across the National Start Straight at Woodcote. Next up, it's the fearsome Cops corner. If you can take him flat out, perfect, but don't be afraid to brake and lift down to 7th gear. Attack back to full throttle for the first 2 parts of the Maggotts-Beckett complex. Flat out before lifting slightly as well, 7th gear. Beckett requires quite a lot of braking as well, down to 5th gear as you attack onto Chapel now. Open up the DRS once again and down the Hanger Straight. Once again, the engine is singing as you head down towards Stowe, named because of the Stowe School just behind the grandstand. Flipping the car in 5th gear corner as well, down the slight crest down towards the pit lane entrance, in towards the Vale chicane, brake at 70 metres into 3rd gear, flick the car into the left, then the right. It becomes double almost apex because it leads into club at turn 18 across the control line, and that is a lap of Silverstone. It's Bethlehem for Formula One fans. This place is Formula One. Welcome to the British Grand Prix qualifying ahead of the 2024 British Grand Prix. It's round 12 of the season. It's the halfway point of the year, and Formula One has just been getting better and better this year. Can Lando Norris take a pole position for the first ever time on home soil? That's what we're going to find out over the next 3 qualifying segments as well. So far this weekend, Norris topped practice 1 and practice 2. Russell topped practice 3. That was affected by rain. Practice 3 this morning was an all-British affair. It's going to be anybody's guess as what could happen as well with Russell, Hamilton and Norris the previous 1, 2 and 3. In fact, here's how the results of this morning stacked up. It was Russell from Hamilton and Norris, Sainz, Verstappen the top 5, from Leclerc, Piastri, Alonso, Perez, Hulkenberg on the top 10. Then it was Albon, Stroll, Sargent, Tsunoda, Bottas, Ocon, Magnussen, Ricciardo, Zhou and Gasly as the full finishing results. JT's with me in the box, Megan's on her way, and Omi's down in the pit lane. JT, here we go then. British Grand Prix qualifying, best of the year.
Yeah, absolutely. And it is still wet from earlier on, but the sun has been coming out in between the end of the Formula 2 sprint race and the start of Formula 1 qualifying, which is definitely surprising because the weather in the Formula 2 sprint race was absolutely horrible.
Some of the worst, and commentating on that session for us was Omi. Now, I don't know if you're having dinner yet, Omi, or can talk, but that F2 race that just happened, wow, what a race.
Hello. Yes, what a race indeed. Great stuff from Kimi Antonelli to take the victory, and that is what Kimi Antonelli can do. Second quicker, lap after lap, 8.5 seconds, dominant from F2 margin, by F2 margins usually. So Andrea Kimi Antonelli, he's really on it now. And yeah, great battle between the Invictus for the final place on the podium. That went all the way till the line with a drag race.
And JT, we've got the F3 later on again. What do you think is going to happen?
Chaos. It may just dry out though. We don't know. We'll have to see.
Anything to pray for? Here it comes. British Grand Prix qualifying. Oh, to be in England, now that summer is here. Yes, we have Wimbledon. Yes, we have the Euros to contend with later on this evening. Yes, we lost the cricket. But you know, there's one thing that always puts a smile on everybody's face. It's the British Grand Prix at Silverstone. Half in Northamptonshire, half in Buckinghamshire. This legendary race circuit that was first introduced in 1948 and in 1950 hosted the first ever Grand Prix of Formula One. 75 years later, the British Grand Prix has been a major part and a consistent part of the championship, moving between Silverstone, Brands Hatch, Aintree, even a European Grand Prix at Donington, and even a race at Snetterton. But the one thing always is at heart. That is Silverstone. C1, C2 and C3 tyre compounds for this event as well. We might be needing the green, inter and blue wet weather tyres as well to play a contending factor. Welcome up to the commentary box then for the British Grand Prix qualifying. And well, in Northamptonshire, JT, it is cloudy and miserable. In Buckinghamshire, it's beautiful sunshine. How is the 2 degrees exactly halved? Welcome, JT, up to the box for the British Grand Prix. This is going to be a fun one.
Yeah, absolutely. Risk of rain for this qualifying session, 60%, 12 degrees air temperature, 21 degrees track temperature out on track as well, 79% humidity, and southwest wind of 17.6 kilometers an hour, as there is all the fans watching on.
It's going to be a big evening. It's going to be a big afternoon as well. Omi's down in the pit lane forwards. We'll hear from him throughout the session. Megan Birch is, as always, just on time, walking into the commentary box now. to take alongside her position as well. And yeah, risk of rain, that's at 80%. And 60% according to FIA Race Control. It is rising ever so, Megan, but I suppose the one fact that we can always remain sure on, it's British Grand Prix Day. It's always good for qualifying, isn't it? What are you expecting? This morning in practice 3, Russell Hamilton Norris, 1, 2, 3.
I'm coming into this blind.
You are coming into this blind as well. After you, we've done the MotoGP. Welcome back to Silverstone, British Grand Prix. It's good to be at home, isn't it?
It is, and it's my jaw is aching because I have a wisdom tooth coming through.
Oh, this is going to be helpful for tomorrow. Hopefully.
Yeah. Of all the weekends for it to start annoying me just a little bit.
Well, after this, don't talk. New for you, but let's try it. Who do you
I
think?
plan on not.
Who do you think is going to take pole position then after this one as well? This is the factor. Do you think it's going to be a Russell, Hamilton,
Who am I
Norris?
pointing to?
Lance Stroll. So unless
That's an about to be
Yeah.
crashing.
yeah, I was thinking that. Look at the rain clouds above Stowe Corner as well. It's not going to be great. Lance Stroll again.
I'm still picking.
This is going to be fun, everybody.
Who's this?
Lando Norris, you're selected for pole position.
Pole position then.
Looks likely. Topped practice 1 and practice 2. Third this morning in practice 3 as well.
Perfect.
Yeah, it was a wet session though, so the two Mercedes might be off kilter a little bit as well.
Why are the Brits so good at driving in the rain in this?
It's
They have
Silverstone.
practice.
Yeah, they do. They've got practice. I mean, you've come away.
They're British.
You've been covering MotoGP in our delayed programming and then our live programming for across qualifying and the sprint race where we had to kneel down. Feels good to stretch. Look at this. This is why we need a bigger box.
It does.
We were hammed into a
I
green
can
screen.
do this.
Yeah.
And not hit you.
For anyone who doesn't know and hasn't watched the MotoGP sprint race yet, you think me and Megan are close standing here in the commentary box. We were like this throughout the entire sprint race. We could not move in past each other. And
You
we
kept
had,
hitting me with the mic, and
we had to share a microphone.
the texture of a mic, I can't
Yeah,
stand
I
it.
don't either.
It's so no. Away.
And away we go. Q1 is underway for the British Grand Prix here at Silverstone. 18 minutes and 20 cars venture out onto the circuit. And first out on what is now a drying track. There are some dry lines starting to come through. Track temperature, as JT said, is now at 23.7. Got half sunshine, half not. So it's a question of Megan is, as an English woman, is it going to rain? Answer
Maybe in
this.
about 30 to 45 minutes.
That's round about the end of Q2, start of Q3, which is always going to be an entertaining factor as well. It's 3 o'clock. Anyone know what time the Moto E starts? Because that's got to go
10 past
10
normally.
past. Right, I'm going to go, unless you want to go start the press the record button.
I'll do.
Right, make sure it's on and changed. Intermediate tyres, JT, seem to be the lot for everyone. Which is wise, I think. No one's ready
Yep.
for dries yet.
And that is not surprising. Maybe a couple looking for dries later on in the session, definitely, but just to get it all out. But let's hear from
There's a
Bottas.
small dry line forming already. Yeah, understood.
And Bottas is into Maggots and Beckett's now, as here comes Lando Norris out on the track as well.
He has a very clear visor strip on today.
Yeah, well, it's this type of conditions as well. It may as well be clear to go into it. Right, off you put them. Make sure that it actually says Moto E if you can read. There should only be a small amount of riders on the circuit. And then just press the start record button. Not the start stream, start record. Off we go. Lando Norris coming out on the circuit then. What do you think, JT? Lando for pole, or are you picking someone else?
I'm picking Lando for pole.
Omi's, are you listening, by the way? I know you're having dinner mode, but are you listening also to Alex Jakes by any chance across Sunny Radios?
No.
Don't worry.
It's meant to be a surprise, Josh.
Oh, right. You're watching it after the session, okay. Because I was going to, for Q2.
Yeah.
All right, because I was for Q2 going to switch over to the Channel 4 coverage. And then back to Sky for Q3, but I'll leave it as it is. Ocon goes third on a... Oh, I don't know. It's a start lap, that's why. Mixed conditions as we get going. Listen to the cheer. All for Lewis Hamilton. Same conditions we had last year, JT, wasn't it? Where it was sunny, then rainy,
Yes.
and then it dried out quite quick. So what time should we be looking at? Last year it was a 1:26.720 for Verstappen's pole time. Should be faster than that. Cars are more powerful. Megan's walking back into the box. Big black cloud right above the Wellington straight there does not give me hope. Tell you what, if someone wants to whack on a wet tyre, it should be, sorry, a dry tyre, it might just work out the way you want it to, as Hamilton on the helicam can't really take in a 4K picture. Russell's done a 30.831 first sector. Is it on?
I think it says moto thingy, but
How many riders was there?
I'm not sure.
Was it all filled in or was it blank with names?
It's about there.
Ah, that's fine, it's ready. Let's change over.
Is there 11 laps or something?
Yeah,
Yeah, it said 11 laps to go.
great. There's Sargent, his first time, on a 140.215. Way off the pace what I'm expecting personally for this one. For everyone wondering, live coverage of the British Grand Prix will be back on JBMotorsports tomorrow, thanks to the Dorner block. As long as the Grand Prix is fine, I'm fine. That's all I care about. Qualifying the practice, we're live on 2 and we're live on Twitch. Hello everybody, so I'm fine. It's just, Megan, not the right tyre. I think they can get away with dries right now.
I
Yes,
think
there's
so
some bits.
too. I mean, the Inters just, you can see there, they're just causing him to just like lose their grip just that little bit. I think dries are the right call. I don't know why they're all going out on Inters.
Look at Hamilton and Russell separated by 41 thousandths of a second right now as they came across the line.
Oh, and look who's first.
Max goes top, 131.518. Now, is that him going fast?
I'm
or-
shocked.
Yeah. You do get the feeling, though, it's going to be one of these qualifying... Oh, Lando a bit wide, coming out of the left field, in towards Woodcote. You do get the feeling that this is...
Bottas was too.
Bottas, that's coming out. This is into Copse Corner now. You do get the feeling that it's going to be a to and throw session. This is going to be a constant one. The track evolution, you can't ever be left out. And that rain's coming in over from the back half of Copse. So it's starting to rain and it's starting to blow through.
Do you know what I'm having for tea today? Just saying. Chips, mushrooms, and chicken.
Can we go back to the race now? Good.
No.
Look at... Norris looking stronger and stronger. Norris in that first sector looks good. Piastri goes 5th on a 138.284. Lando's pushing like crazy.
He is, though that's not going to really do him well if that rain's coming in.
137.608. 89 thousandths off of Norris's time. Albon drops down, and here's Charles Leclerc. Now, this is coming out of Abbey into Farm Curve, so is it a problem down into Village? Yeah. I think he locked up the inside front right there, JT, and just drives off. It shouldn't be dry tyres by now.
Yeah, looks like that's what happened. As Sainz is on a lap through Maggots, then into Beckett's. Leclerc is also on a lap just behind, separated by, I believe, an Alpine. There's the track conditions. The national layout is dry. The international layout is inter.
And you can see that maybe that's about to change because huge black cloud coming over the hangar straight now as well.
I checked for tomorrow's forecast. It starts at 3 tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Well, for the start of the race, it will be raining for about half an hour.
So a possible of a delayed start.
Yeah.
Right. Take with that what you will. Here comes Carlos Sainz up towards the line, and his first banker lap puts him 9th, 138.511.
Good for now.
I swear I saw blue smoke coming out the back of that car.
Oh, let's hope not.
Just a bit of blue. Just a bit of blue. That's all. Nothing too major, just blue. I saw at the side there. That it's worrying me to contend with. 11 minutes to go in this session. Verstappen 137.518. Norris 2nd, Hamilton 3rd, Russell 4th, Leclerc 5th, Albon 6th, Piastri 7th, Perez 8th, Sainz 9th, Tsunoda has the top 10. And diving into the pit lane becomes
I'm going to say Joe.
Valtteri Bottas.
Oh, Bottas.
Dries, Ted!
Slicks. It is time for slicks. The Ferrari, was it Charles Leclerc came in past me just a second ago? He's the first one to go to slicks. The wheel guns you can hear in the background are Sauber, and they are putting Valtteri Bottas onto
That's
slicks.
right.
Bit of a slow stop, but that's...
That was a late call, Ted. They weren't quite ready for him,
yeah,
I
it's
think.
just the last wheel coming out. So now they're just waiting to give him a bit of track position. And I'm expecting to see everybody
Hamilton
else.
top.
So, yeah, it might have been Nico Hulkenberg waiting out to put the first one, but it was Charles Leclerc who got there first. Martin, wasn't it Ken Tyrrell, the late great Ken Tyrrell, who said, when it's not raining, fit dry tyres?
Russell second.
Wasn't that his mantra? When it's raining, fit wet. And when it's not raining, fit dries.
Yes, possibly. I don't remember him saying that. I did drive for him for 3 years, wonderful man, but I don't remember. I more remember him saying, "Why did you crash my car again?"
That would have
the
been
answer?
in 93 mainly.
I couldn't help it. The barrier jumped out and hit me.
It wasn't my fault. Lance,
Well, to be fair, that happened
It
to
was.
Martin in 1984. The barrier actually was in the wrong place, and that's why he was had his aluminium ankle coming
3
in
and
as
4
well.
were not good for him.
No, it's not.
I mean, 93 and 4.
Race 2 of motorway has been delayed due to weather conditions. So it was dry when we were commentating 40 minutes ago on Moto E. I was on MotoGP sprint
It
race.
was bright sunshine.
It's raining.
They must have got our rain.
Well, the thing is, you just started recording. It's fine now. I just keep an eye on it. I'll go check after the session. Piastri, 8th, goes 3rd, 137.372. It has changed, though. Hamilton's now top, 137.134, with Russell 2nd on a 137.215. So if you're watching this on JBMotorsports Twitch, on JBMotorsports or JBMotorsports 2, welcome to you.
But I think someone's accidentally leaned on Logan Sargent's button. Do you know? Because it was the words, "Do you want a coffee?" So I think someone's accidentally leaned on his button and now they're just speaking through it.
I'll have a coffee
So right.
as Lando goes off the track at Village.
Get off those tyres.
Well, let's see what Magnussen, Perez, Sainz, Tsunoda and Bottas and Ricciardo, they've gone to soft compounds. Norris predictably having his lap time to lead for track limits. Well, we saw that one coming. We don't need to be a guide for that, do we?
Seems to be going quite well for Bottas right now with the slicks.
Oh, just checking your phone charge length because I've got a cable here.
81.
77. There's Bottas. Swings it into... Hey, look how dark it's got at Abbey.
Oh, that is...
39
well.
whip.
Jeez.
Oh, JT, weather forecaster. I can see rain starting to fall at Club. What? Yellow flag. Perez. Sergio Perez. Perez has spun at Cops. Perez is off at Cops and a red flag. Perez is in the gravel. He can't even get out of Q1 again. Sergio Perez at Red Bull's home soil is in the gravel and he's out of qualifying at Cobb's corner on the dry tyres, and another Q1 elimination, and the clock stops at 7:30 to go. Well, Christian Horner said to Channel 4 earlier on today, Perez has got to keep performing if he wants his seat before they start looking again. I think, Megan, that might be a done deal. A 4th Q1 in 5 races.
Not very good for him.
He's got Kit Kat on his helmet. I'm afraid more than a
Properly
break will help him.
Properly beached.
He's jumped across that gravel by the look of it as well. He must have been carrying some serious speed. Look at how to damage the car in any way. Oh, and Max was at the end of the pit lane. So it's tampered Max's lap. Oh. They said, get him out of the fast lane and pull him back in.
So that's quite funny. I've never seen them move it sideways before.
Well, that's because Daniel Ricciardo was coming down the pit lane. Had to move him through. So Perez is currently P10, but the track's going to get drier because the sun's out. So he's going to start last overall. Wow. JT, it's Hugh Bird watches on. What do you think of that one?
You've got to remember something, Josh.
Yeah?
Logan Sargent is still in this session, so I don't think he'll be last.
And Gasly has a 30-place grid penalty as well to remember, so Gasly will start last anyway.
30?
Yeah, he's checking everything.
Yes.
New gearbox, new engine, new
Does that
turbo, everything.
apply
Look
for-
at Perez! Perez almost like he's crying in that cockpit as well, going...
He
Well, I
is.
can't swear, but he's going F, F, F.
So does the grid penalty count for next week too?
No, they'll take it in one.
How?
Well, it's just back of the grid. It'll be a pit lane start. If you can't do it, it'll be a pit lane start. So the guys are probably starting for the pit lane tomorrow. In all honesty, that's probably what we're going to see.
Right.
Here comes the JCB to get him out. Let's hear from the radio.
All I need is to be pushed back. There is a tarmac over there.
But that's outside assistance.
Can he do
You
that?
have not. So you're going to get outside assistance, and you're also a driver who caused a red flag.
You can't take part in the session. You've caused a red
Yeah.
flag.
You're not taking part anymore, Checo. You're not.
Well, if he's kept the engine going,
I could have.
he's getting out of the car. He's out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like I'd be shocked and surprised if he was able to continue, but no.
I don't think it's in the rules anymore, JT, is it? That if you cause a red flag, A, you lose your fast lap, B, you're not allowed to take part in the remainder of qualifying if you cause a red flag.
In some series, yes, but in this one, I don't think so. In Formula 1.
It should be. They should.
Let's go down to Karoon. He's got the info.
Let's go on
IndyCar,
board here
definitely.
with Sergio Perez. If I slow it down into Cops, he turns in. Look, that's that snap of oversteer. But he's actually then sort of gathered it together and got onto the runoff area. Now, obviously, the cars have been running on the track, which is much drier than the runoff area. He's on the slick tyres. And when he gets onto the runoff area, that's where he loses it and ends up in the gravel. We've seen other drivers in the past go wide into there. And what ends up happening is they just sort of get themselves on a trajectory back around the curb and rejoin the track somewhere there. That's a vague drawing, but you know what I mean. But unfortunately for him, because of the outside being so wet, he just lost control and ended up in the gravel. Now, Martin, you were talking about you might get lucky with rain. I can tell you, just behind the sky pad here, there's an enormous cloud that's just drifted in over the circuit. It's come across from the sort of Luffield end of the track, and it's now coming out the paddock. So if this drags on a bit longer, that might dump a bit of rain and save Sergio Perez. Whether he gets in back on track, that's a different matter.
Thanks.
Oh, thank you very much, Karoon. We haven't yet seen a replay of that, have we, Megan? But we're watching Sergio Perez's car on the JCB now being taken back via our Sky iPad. And now let's see the replay once again, Megan. This is him coming into the pit lane for oh, hang on a minute. Has Max got some sort of punch on the rear right, the way that car was crabbing? Did you see it?
Yeah. I think he must have.
So here we go again, Megan. This is the replay for Perez. We haven't yet seen it on the world feed. Just a snap off the track, and it's on the it's the
the
damn
road's still
line.
wet.
Yeah. We haven't yet seen this replay from Fulham. We've seen it 3 times now from Sky. Well done.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Here's Fulham's replay. Here's his radio. Can they pull
That
me
would
forward?
count as mechanical assistance. We wouldn't be allowed to rejoin qualifying.
What if he pushed himself forward?
Yeah, because you're not. This is Danny Ricciardo, who's gone off the track. Oh, he went off the same time as Perez.
Poor Danny Rick. He's got Red Bulls in front of him everywhere today.
He does, doesn't he? Yeah.
It's like, gotta go in the pit lane then. Why is there another Red Bull?
And there's Tsunoda. Look, there's Yuki.
They're both having a very bad day when it comes to Red Bulls being in front of them.
I can tell you that the marshals, the session's not restarting yet. We haven't got a restart time, but everyone's getting ready because they know it's going to rain. Megan's pointing at Fernando Alonso coming out of the pit lane box.
Why are you there?
Yeah, it's allowed to be. Piastri.
The track is still red, Oscar, but people are queuing because there is a risk of rain towards the end of the session. So I put you in
3
the
minutes.
queue. I don't have a restart time yet.
3 minutes. So
that's the-
Q1 will restart at 15:19. So in 3 minutes' time. That's going to be a long time for that rain to come in. Track clear.
Piastri just looks so done with this weekend already.
Well, thanks to Sergio Perez's camera, I can see that rain cloud up here in the commentary box.
It's getting worse.
It's coming in massively from Cops, isn't it?
It's coming in faster than I expected it would.
Yeah.
Why are they both there?
Just waiting to go and jump the queue as much as they can. Photographer doing his job, getting some great shots. Q1 will resume at 15:19 local time. There goes Hamilton, there goes Russell. I see London, I see France, I see Hamilton.
On pole.
I see London, I see France, I see Max. In the grass. We did a joke there.
Hitting a pole.
Lance. Hang hang on. I see London, I see France, I see Lance in the... Something else. Nice.
Lando, the risk of rain is coming earlier. Possible it will affect the track in 5 minutes' time, so the early laps.
I think they'll get away with it, Crofty. It's still...
Crofty's... Well, Ted's there, but Megan... I mean, there's a massive black cloud directly above the circuit now. I'm no horror film expert, but that kind of looks like the alien ship from Independence Day just waiting to deluge. And look, the ponchos are going on.
I mean, it's just every horror movie ever come to life. Do you know, when at the start of a horror movie, it's all nice and happy, and then you get to the dark bit, and it's just like, suddenly there's clouds everywhere.
First 25 minutes of War of the Worlds, perfect film. After that, everything goes bad. First hour of Alien, fine. Boring, but
boring.
Fine.
And then the next bit, Alien.
Well, we've had half of qualifying 1. That was boring. Now we're going to have, effectively, the horror movie part. Rain coming in, drivers on slick tyres waiting to get going. We are about 10 seconds away as the British fans are feeling their first spots of rain, and they are putting on their plastic masks, they are putting on their hoodies, and everybody is smiling as the green light goes on. We're away again, and everybody knows just exactly what this could be. Q1 is go again.
Woohoo!
DRS has been disabled by race control. There is no DRS, and Stroll has been noted for leaving the pit lane on a red light, and he's going to be investigated after the session. Look at that cloud.
That's not good, are they?
They're on dries, remember? So they've got to do an out lap, a push lap, and an in lap on dries. That's 3 laps, a total of about 6 minutes.
They don't have room for mistake.
They do not have room. They don't have time. I might just keep an eye permanently on Sergio Perez's camera here, because look, all the fans are now taking a photo of it.
Rain will come from turn 7. That's what comes through on Lando Norris's thing.
Here's Zach Brown.
Quickly as possible.
How many people have you got out and about, Zach, trying to predict when the rain's going to hit the track? Because you don't just look at the weather radar, do you?
No, I'm trusting something more than what I'm seeing in front of me. No, we have people,
people
around,
so
will all the other teams, and I think everyone's at the same view. Rain is coming.
Yeah, this is one of the more nervy qualifying sessions of the season, this one.
Anytime a little bit of luck comes into play, it's definitely a nail biter. It can work for you, it can work against you, but we'll see how we get on here shortly. Glad we got some lap times in already.
Absolutely. Thanks ever so much, Zach.
Thank you, Zach Brown. Yeah, there's rain there, Megan, but there's sunshine directly behind it, so the fog's coming in. Here comes Sutek.
I swear I've seen a horror movie where like fog's constantly coming in and then it's like really bad weather. I can't remember what it's called though.
In order, Bottas, Joe, Magnussen, Hulkenberg, Stroll, Alonso here. The wind has picked up and he's gusting. So Bottas, Joe, Magnussen, Hulkenberg, Stroll, Alonso, Piastri, Norris, Ocon, Hamilton, Russell, Verstappen, Ricciardo, Sainz, Leclerc, Gasly, Albon. That's going to be the running order for who gets a lap time in this session. Tsunoda has stayed in the pit lane so far. He's got to come out soon. Yeah, he's coming out. Tsunoda will be the last to cross the line. That's playing it fast and loose, isn't it?
I was going to say, he doesn't really have the time.
This is no time to talk about time.
Exactly. Also, he doesn't really have the position to really think he can just stay there.
If Tsunoda's the last on the track, I've selected his onboard so that we can take a look at how the conditions are worsening for him on his lap time. Wind's picked up now 29.5 kilometres an hour. This is turn 7 through Luffield, and the rain's coming through, and Tsunoda's actually overtaking cars on the track. Tsunoda is passing several cars. He's already passed Stroll, Alonso and Sargent. Bottas fastest first sector of anybody. And if that rain comes down, we're in for a barnstorming Q1.
Yeah. Let's check Silverstone weather again, even though it's evident.
Bottas is 3 seconds faster. JT, this could be the golden lap.
Yeah, absolutely, it really could.
I'm taking a look at Tsunoda. Oh, there's rain! There's rain! There's rain on the cabinet! It is raining at Woodcote and Luffield. Luffield, Woodcote, it's raining. Here comes the line, they'll cross it. Valtteri Bottas will go fastest of all. 1:32.431. Has he got the best of the conditions? We're about to find out. Next across the line comes Zhou Guanyu. And he goes second, half a tenth down. Hulkenberg is next up. He'll be the one to take it. Magnussen goes second, 132.905. Here comes Hulk. Alonso's in there too. Hulkenberg, 131.929. The Hasses love these conditions. Remember the Grand Prix qualifying last year for the Brazilian Grand Prix. Mixed conditions, it looked like night then as well. Here across the line. Stroll goes 10th. Alonso second fastest. But incident involving Alonso and Stroll noted, as you said, Megan, because they were inside the fast lane.
And they told them not to do that last time.
Norris on a 130.895. No, so that's Piastri, 138.95. Norris at 131.5 on his lap time, and that's Max Verstappen off! Max Verstappen, it's raining hard at Club! Max is off! And he's going on, there's cars everywhere!
Is that where Perez went off?
Yeah, Max is off at Copse Corner.
Oh, Red Bulls are not liking this.
It's raining hard at Copse, it's raining hard in the last sector. Hamilton goes fourth. Max hasn't got a lap time in.
We need this lap,
Yeah, they do need this lap, and Max hasn't got a time in. Max is on the cusp of being kicked out of qualifying.
Oh my God, it's not good for Red Bull.
No, it's raining hard, and Perez is 15th. Sainz is in the drop zone, but he's he's accelerating away from the rain. He's going away from it.
So he's kind of all right with it.
He is literally being chased down by the rain as George Russell has a lap time deleted for track limits. He's gone off the track as well at Copse.
Oh!
Leclerc's gone off somewhere too. Sainz is going to be the last one to get a good lap time in. He's literally been followed by the rain, and Sainz goes 9th. Albon's out, Perez out, Tsunoda out, Gasly, and Max's lap time has been deleted by the stewards. So all we need is a few more drivers to set fastest times. Zhou's gone 2. Here comes Leclerc. He's 15th.
But that wasn't Zhou's best.
Leclerc goes 10th. Stroll and Verstappen in the drop zone at the moment. Verstappen's 14th. Max is not going to get a lap time in. It's raining too hard. Here it is now, Megan. Coming into Copse. Look, there's the rain signal on the top of the board there. He's going to go in full throttle. The rain hits like a ton of bricks and off he goes.
That's exactly what Perez did.
He was lucky actually not to beat it. He almost ended up in the same spot.
Together.
Rain.
Oh, he was lucky. He managed to get onto the escape road.
Yeah, that for the MotoGP, that's why there's an escape road down there as well. Max goes through the gravel. Not the first time he's been in that gravel trap at Copse Corner. Of course, Tsunoda's had a lap time deleted as well. Max Verstappen is 15th in Q1. He might be eliminated. Magnussen went off too. He followed Verstappen there. Yeah, Max went through as well. And
Albon could knock him out.
Yeah, Magnussen's gone off too. You're right. Albon's on a lap time. Well, the rain is coming and going, and it's playing a massive factor. Here comes George Russell, 13th to 7th, 132.6. Sainz has had a lap time deleted as well. Track limits at turn 9 at Copse Corner. It's all down at Copse Corner.
Thankfully, the lap times that are getting deleted are not their last. Oh, wait.
Sainz is out. Sainz is out of qualifying. Perez is already eliminated. We knew that.
It's fine. He's got 2 green sectors.
And he's just gone second across the line now as well. 131.497. So Verstappen still might be able to get through. It's not in the danger zone. Yeah, where is Max? He's gone so. Max is 4th. Max is through.
Right.
131.832. That was a brave moment for the world champion. Here comes Leclerc. He goes into 9th. Stroll's in 15th. Albon's improving as well.
Look at Stroll.
Gasly's elected to not go out because why damage the
Stroll
car?
second.
Stroll 131.4. Piastri comes into the pit lane. Albon's on his lap time deleted by the stewards. As he comes across the line, he goes second. 131.135.
I knew he'd do well.
Second.
I knew he'd do well.
Tsunoda pushes out Ocon. Ricciardo in the drop zone as well. Sargent goes 6th.
What the?
Viva! There were Williamses. Norris goes 5th as well.
Guess who's got a purple?
Alonso goes 3rd. 131.264. Hamilton fastest of all middle sector. The checker flags out. Hamilton top. 129.547. He is the master of Silverstone, and he is doing everything he can. Russell, second across the line, 130.106, separated by 6 tenths. Yeah, here's Ricciardo, 18th at the moment. Where's he? Coming through Stowe.
Careful.
Max is behind him as well. So Perez is out. Gasly's last on the grid, but he was going to be last anyway, so that's good. Gasly hasn't interfered with the result here, so watch out. Gasly goes through. Verstappen goes 7th. Sainz goes 3rd. So Zhou, Tsunoda, Ocon, along with Pierre Gasly and Sergio Perez.
Verstappen's 8th.
Tsunoda's got fastest sector.
Ooh, he's going to make it. He's going to make it.
Well, that's now putting the pressure on track 7 slippery and sector 8, and there's a car off the track as well. Leclerc goes 3rd, Zhou goes into 7th, Magnussen's out. Sonoda could kick out Valtteri Bottas here as well.
He will.
Sonoda might go fastest of all. He's the last car with the best conditions. It was okay through Copse. Into club though for Sonoda. Is he going to go fast? Is he snapping everything? He's the last car across the line, and he's through. Yes, up to 6th place. What about Esteban?
Oh, he's on a slow lap.
Lap time has been deleted for Bottas. So
he's 16th anyway.
Yeah,
so
that's fine. Bottas, Magnussen, Ocon, Perez, and Gasly out of qualifying. Gasly with a 30-place grid penalty anyway. That doesn't count.
McLarens have just breathed a sigh of relief.
Yeah, but Perez, 19th. He is going to start at the back row of the grid. His worst qualifying of the season for Perez.
Jeez.
Oh.
I don't know. It's unfortunate because it seems to be going a way where Perez just like is going to get his lap time just like completely. Well, it's contract.
Bottas, Magnussen, Ocon, Perez, and Gasly out of Q1 here. Let's hear from Esteban Ocon.
No, it's Silverstone.
To push was the lap where it was wet.
The only lap I had to push was the only lap that was wet. Well, that was an interesting Q1 as well. What did you make of that one, Megan?
I thought it was quite dramatic and unpredictable.
JT?
Yeah, it was very dramatic. Perez starts 19th, so that is not good for that Red Bull. The other Red Bull just getting into Q2, very just kept out of the drop zone, did Max Verstappen.
So let's confirm how they finished then in Q1 in the top order. It's Hamilton top from Russell 2nd, Leclerc 3rd, Sainz 4th, Piastri 5th, Sonoda 6th, Albon 7th, Zhou 8th, Alonso 9th, Ricciardo the top 10, Verstappen 11th. He's got to improve, but got caught out because of the conditions. Stroll 12th, Norris the same, 13th, his worst of the weekend so far.
Oh, he was just in the pit lane when everything was going on.
Sargent in 14th as well, 15th for Hülkenberg, out of Q1. Bottas, Magnussen, Ocon, Perez, and Gasly. So the fight for qualifying number 2 will start in 4 minutes' time. Well, it certainly is interesting here at the British Grand Prix at Silverstone as we welcome back up to the box. It's weird. This is all getting weirder and weirder.
It is. So, okay, Verstappen has really... He was on dries when the rain came out. That is his explanation for why he was so far down the order. Norris has the explanation of that when the rain came out, he didn't get to have another lap time since he decided to pit at that moment when he saw the rain. But Danny Rick has finally made his way up into 10th, so it really seems that the RBs are like really good and like they're flourishing now.
They really are flourishing.
But when I look further down the field, I'm surprised at the Hasses.
Why?
Because they're usually quite good in wet weather. I mean, they seem to like to dominate that type, and they were both on intermediates. I'm thinking maybe it was just a bit too wet for them, that they couldn't hold their grip.
Let's see if Omi's around to talk to us as well, from what he thought. No, actually, we'll have to hold that, Omi,
Hello.
for a second. Hello. Well, we're going to have to hold that because we're going to throw over to Sky. We'll get you at the start of Q2.
No worries.
And hopefully you've caught your breath after that first part of qualifying.
Let's hear from Esteban Ocon. He's talking right now.
Our system said that both you and Fernando took that flag. Took the check flag. I don't know. So we're trying to find out, all right?
Esteban Ocon not happy because he thinks that the only push lap he had was when it was wet. That is the underside of Max Verstappen's Red Bull. Went off into the gravel. There is clear damage at the front there with those like, aerodynamic channels under the car, which will cost him a little bit, I think. And the Red Bull didn't look particularly special in that first part of qualifying. Zach Brown, though, you had Lando Norris in the pits towards the end when everyone was improving, but your mathematicians got their sums right, Zach. He's through.
Yeah, no, we knew we were safe there, so no reason to continue to push, but a bit of a nail biter there for some, for sure.
Yeah, you tell me that now, Zach, but I'm sure the nails were being chewed. But for now, what's the weather forecast? What's the radar showing you for Q2?
It looks like we might have a little more rain, and then it should clear up. So I think strategy will probably be, I'll get out there and put a time down. But actually, I've just heard over strategy as we speak, no more rain expected. So let's see.
Good. You said you got people out there. I mean, are they in Wellington boots in the middle of a Northamptonshire field? Zach, do you have helicopters? What do you have out there to upwind to let you know what's going on?
You definitely have some stuff in the air, and then of course all the Brits here know exactly what the weather looks like, so we're counting on them. But no, we've got some people in the air, and then some pretty good radar.
I got a friend of mine's got a herd of cows. He'll travel for you. That's not a problem. I'll give you his number after the session. Thanks ever so much, Zach.
Zach Brown there as well, ready to talk in and hopefully talk about the interesting session we're about to have. We'll welcome you back up to the comms box at the start of Q2. This is Stroll exiting the pit lane under a red light. Let's take a look. Green. Oh, it was red. Well, how could he stop? He couldn't stop.
There was no way he could have stopped.
Johnny!
They shouldn't do anything about that. Again.
Yeah, okay, they're in the fast lane now as well. That might be something. DRS has been enabled by the stewards, but the two Astons here, well, they've been, and one of the Toro, I don't know, if they Q barge, that might be the problem they're looking at here.
It doesn't matter if they're on the blue, but they're literally inside of it.
Yeah.
Like, both Astons are always causing problems that way.
Green light, away we go for Q2 here with the British Grand Prix at Silverstone. What on earth is going to happen here? Rain still in the air. JT, what have you made to the session so far?
Yeah, it's been a good Q1. Now starting with Q2. Albon out ahead of Sargent, then one of the Saubers. There's George Russell behind Lewis Hamilton queuing up, and one of the McLarens also getting ready to head out for Q2.
That would be Lando Norris ready to head out.
That was sunshine 40 minutes ago. Now look at it.
Jeez.
That's why Moto E is delayed right now. So I'll have to go and sort that in a second as well to make sure it's okay and not wasting your laptop. Out they come on the track now. Let's check in with Sky F1.
Races in a row, and Joe Guan Yu and Logan Sargent both in Q2. Ted Kravitz, to you.
And a very good effort from both of them, and Alex Albon. Of course, we've been used to seeing him get out of Q1 fairly frequently, but not quite so much Logan Sargent. And he was on the radio giving it the whoops and the woos, Crofty, saying that was a great lap. And he's very happy with that. Talk about drive to survive for Logan Sargent after his boss yesterday saying now it's absolutely possible he could be replaced mid-season. By who, I don't know, but James Vowles saying that to us on Sky F1. So, yeah, a timely achievement to get into Q2. So the weather is now, I haven't got somebody upwind in a field like Zach Brown has. I've just got a radar which says the next patch of rain is overhead, south of Birmingham, overhead Worcester, and it's coming our way.
There's more rain coming our way. Right. What's this? Normal grip conditions. That's a lie.
Well, maybe it is for now.
Not for long.
Not for long indeed. That rain is coming in thick and fast here at Silverstone. Don't believe a word of what we hear. This is going to be an interesting session, isn't it? What do you think? Let's check in with Omi then on what he's been thinking of the session so far at the start of Q2. Omi, what did you make of that hectic first session as well as you were watching down there in the pits?
Yeah, very hectic first session, track improvement. There is quite a lot of it right now, so there will hopefully be improvements all the way till the end. So kind of like last year with this qualifying session. So really, really excited to see how it's going to go. And also good news, for Formula 3 later, I've been able to get myself a partner. Jack will be joining me.
Oh, fantastic. That's going to be
yeah, so it'll be me and Jack for the F3 Sprint, and JT doing the team viewer.
Excellent. Megan will be in here as well, controlling the YouTube stream and the bus mixer for the audios.
I thought it was just the audios.
Well, all you have to do here is click the...
Oh, that. Yeah, other times I'm going to be reading.
Yeah, don't do anything. Here we go then. First sessions coming through. And lap time for Albon is a 1:27.983. That's your first gambit on the board. Hamilton coming across to do another one too, but here comes Max Verstappen. Sargent's a 1:29, so actually good time from Albon there. Last year in similar conditions, the pole time was a 1:26.720, so I think we're going to go below that now.
Yeah, we're definitely going to go below that.
Stroll second.
That's surprising, with a 1:28.180. Woohoo! 1:27.66. Wait, no, 6:52.
That is faster than last year's pole time in the same conditions. Go on,
So immediately after we say we're probably going to go below that, we go below that.
I keep saying they're listening to us. Sorry, this hair needs cutting. It keeps going in my earphones, and that's not very comfortable. I keep saying they're listening to us. They look like they are listening to us as well. Alonso's already below. Well, actually, it was a 1:26.7, so we're not quite there yet. 1:27.6. So about a second off what the pole time was last year. But it's getting faster and faster every single second. And we're seeing that now with Verstappen. Into Vale. Hits the inside curb nicely. Back on the inside. Just gently press the throttle down. Don't be too hard about it. And he goes fourth. 1:27.799. I think a very decent lap time there as well.
It is. And
oh, Sainz 1:27.540. Brilliant time there.
That confused me for a second because I could see it's like it stopped.
Hamilton goes 8th on a 1:28.285 as well. So Hamilton is improving. 10 to go here in Q2. Anyone you're seeing is improving?
Russell, Ricciardo and Norris.
Russell crossed the line. 13th. 1:29.7. Lando Norris. 1:27.432. Danny Rick, here we go again. Is he going to break through? No, 13th. Sunshine now down the Hamilton straight.
I bet Hamilton just smiles every single time he goes down that.
Well, he is an 8-time Grand Prix winner here at Silverstone, and that's why they renamed the start-finish line here the Hamilton Straight.
I mean, you can't. I bet he just can't help but grin, just like, this is my bit.
Yeah, I own this. Yeah,
It's like, see this? Mine.
He's won here more than any other drivers on this layout as well. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. 7 of his 8 victories in the British Grand Prix came then. Leclerc, these tyres don't feel good. Didn't feel good. What tyres is he on?
Everyone's
full
on
up old softs. Well, I can't work out where they've come from then. They're old tyres from FP3.
They have to be. There's no other way.
Down we come again then. Russell in the middle sector. Personal best. Oh, did he get something? Water probably. Track is constantly drying. Track temperature 19.4. Air temperature 13.4. Any more chance of rain coming in? Russell, ninth.
Look at the clouds.
1:28.105. Armour with Tsunoda. Looks okay coming in. I think the worst of it might have passed.
Albon, 4th.
Brilliant lap time from Alexander Albon. Ricciardo 13th. And Sargent 9th. Williams are improving hand over fist here.
It seems like this circuit is quite good for them.
Both drivers could be for the first time in Q3 this season. It could be Sargent's best qualifying of the year as well. Maybe his career. Yeah.
I think his best qualifying has been 15th.
Yeah, this season, yeah. Stroll goes into 5th. Alonso! 1:27.279. If Alonso takes pole position and then gets a grid penalty for that pit lane incident, you are going to be more furious than anything.
Yes, I will be.
Like
it might go to Lance Stroll.
Might be me with Dorna. Yeah, well.
You with Dorna is me with Honda.
Yeah. Their media representative is at Donington next weekend.
You can have a chat.
Oh, a little bit more of a chat. As Leclerc goes 8th, 1:27.667.
I threw a question.
I'm just going to get Maddie Patterson to, whoever it is, sit them down in a chair.
With a flashlight.
Yeah, I'll be there with a laptop and saying, add me to the Content ID channel allowed list.
You see this? Here's a keyboard. Type.
Make it right.
Sainz goes top with a 1:27.149.
And if they don't, we'll start cutting fingernails. I'm posting them back. Piastri starts lap time. Or I'll just let you on him.
Do you know what would be my favourite method of like getting someone to do something? Get their favourite food, sit it down in front of them, and then just start eating it.
Yeah.
That is the worst form of, well, it's not the worst form of torture, for mental torture.
Better.
For me, that would be the worst type.
Bit better here. If their favourite food is a mother's cooked dinner, I would go to their mother, befriend their mother, and get them to call them that I'm the child that they never had. Done. All done.
My favourite meal is literally a Sunday dinner. So it's like.
I love the chicken soup. Nana's chicken soup, and now Mum's aced it as well.
Good.
Took her some years, but she finally got the secret recipe, and now she's aced it. Mum's is exactly like Nana's. The chicken soup.
Now you've got to perfect yours.
Maybe. Kelly
Yes.
Ann's turn first. Look at Piastri up in that middle sector finally by 0.3 of a second. So the track improvement is getting faster and faster every single second here.
Zara already gets what feels like gourmet meals in those in those little like puree things.
They're going away for a few days. Mine did a sorted. Just asked it off.
Literally, I'm getting so jealous at what she eats.
Get jealous of Piastri. 1:26.945. 2 tenths clear of Carlos Sainz at the moment. And there, that baby's eating a Kinder Bueno. I'm not one for taking candy from a baby, but give me the Bueno.
Oh, this is too much sugar for the baby.
I feel sorry for Zara. She's not going to eat a Kinder Bueno. Every time she's going to go like this. I'm going to go.
That Simpsons episode.
Yeah, with the dog. It's me. Down. Russell through Copse Corner. Lovely image there for the British driver on home soil. Sunshine now, and the track's going to be drying out. So, yeah, this is looking quite good. 40 thousandths of a second. Hamilton is faster than Russell at the moment. Don't know how. 4 tenths, I think that is. Has to be 4 tenths, right? Yeah, it is 4 tenths of a second. That graphic is not exactly right to be producing that one. Pit lane race will pit lane opens at 16:55 for them. So 10 minutes. So after this session, I'll go start it. Now that we have the information from Motor E. Hulkenberg has got the fastest first sector of anyone with a 28.059. So Nico. He is looking to be on top. Last time we had Nico on pole position here was 2014. Rosberg didn't end well. Gearbox gave up mid-race. Don't know how that happened. Who's got the fastest middle sector of anyone? Because he's dropped it there.
Hulkenberg.
Yeah, still fastest. Here he is then. Russell's 3 tenths faster as well, and Hulkenberg's first delta time. Hulkenberg! Numero uno! 1:26.847 onto provisional top spot. What about George Russell? Just to go through the drop zone, by the way, we've got Leclerc, Risk in 10th, but then Sargent, Russell, Tsunoda, Zhou and Ricciardo. Pretty much standard, but I'm expecting Sargent, Russell and maybe Tsunoda to bump up. Knock out Stroll, Alonso, Hulkenberg.
I'm surprised Zhou's got this far.
Yeah. I don't think Stroll's going to be in there for so long. Hey, I've just realised. Thank you, Megan, for pointing out. First time this season that Zhou Guanyu's got through to qualifying 2 in a normal race. Woohoo. We didn't spot that until now because we were so busy with what happened at the end of the previous session. But Megan makes a fantastic point here as Russell goes fastest, 1:26.7. Norris is the fastest third sector. Here comes Zhou Guanyu, only manages 13th, but he is automatically going to have his best starting position of the season. As Hamilton goes second, 1:26.770. 4 thousandths between Russell and Hamilton. Jeez. Wow! And Norris puts them to shame by being 2 tenths of a second faster and faster than last year's pole time. It's a 1:26.720 from last year. Norris a 1:26.559. Wow! And Verstappen is at risk. He's in 9th.
Again.
Albon's 10th.
He's again at risk.
Yep, so Zhou Guanyu got through to SQ3 in Shanghai, the sprint race there, and he started 9th, but in normal qualifying, he has qualified on the back row and out of every single qualifying session this year. First Q2 appearance of the season for Zhou Guanyu.
High evolution, 1 second. That was what Leclerc's thing said.
In the first sector, yeah, it's getting drier and drier. Yeah. So, JT, what do you think's going to happen?
I think Leclerc will go faster, but this could be a case, guys, of last person across the line gets the fastest lap.
Who is going to be last across the line? That's what we've got to try and work out. Alonso's going very slow for Albon through as well. It's going to be Sargent, I think. No, it's not. It's going to be Yuki Tsunoda. He's just come out the pit lane. Tsunoda's just crawled out the pit lane now. So, once again, Yuki's the last one to set lap time, so we've kept his onboards on.
Oh, my.
Look, Leclerc's up on the Delta time, but not by much, Megan. Sainz is only 6,000 faster than Norris.
Verstappen is on a slow lap, currently. He's just exited the pit lane.
Verstappen has just come out of the pit lane. Hang on a minute, where is he? He's into turn 1 and 2. He's on a push lap now. Verstappen is on a push lap now, but he is 10th. 15 seconds to go in Q2. In the driver at risk is Max Verstappen. Out at the moment, Stroll, Leclerc, Zhou, Tsunoda, Ricciardo. So we could be in for some very big shocks here. Both Williamses are currently 5th and 8th. So we'll keep an eye out. Checkered flag is out though. Last laps count. Hülkenberg stays in 4th. Once again through to qualifying 3. I think he's safe enough, but the track evolution keeps on changing as it's putting down to 5th. Piastri goes 2nd, 1:26.733. Here comes Charles Leclerc, cross the line, goes through. Verstappen's currently in the drop zone. Leclerc's 7th, 1:27.097. Carlos Sainz is 8th, goes up to 5th, puts Sargent 9th. Alonso's at risk. Verstappen's sector times are looking okay. Once his middles, he comes through into... Oh, he's down by 2/10. It's not looking that good for Verstappen. He's down to 12th at the moment. Tsunoda's the driver at risk. 10,000's clear. Alonso goes 2nd, 1:26.730. So Tsunoda, our first victim of Q2 elimination. But is Max Verstappen going to follow? I highly doubt it. Sargent goes 10th. Bye-bye, Sargent. Hello, Max Verstappen across the line. 6th fastest only, 1:26.796. Yeah, interesting going into the next session. Albon's 9th. Stroll, Zhou, Ricciardo still to come. Stroll was slow, sector 1. Okay, sector 2. It's the same story for Verstappen, Ricciardo.
Russell 2nd.
1:26.723. Stroll 10th. Out goes Leclerc. Out goes Leclerc. Leclerc's out of qualifying. Zhou 14th and Ricciardo's 15th. Charles Leclerc is out of qualifying. Ferrari once again in a mixed-up qualifying conditions have not got it right. It happened in Canada and it's happened now here in Silverstone. He'll start 11th for the British Grand Prix. He's kicked out by Lance Stroll.
We're out, right? Yes, we're out.
Sargent has his best qualifying position of the year, 12th.
So does Zhou Guanyu with 14th in the main Grand Prix. But Leclerc has one of his worst, equaling Canada. He is 11th. His second worst grid of the year. Sargent is best of the season. He's in 12th. Tsunoda 13th. Zhou's 14th. Ricciardo in 15th position as well. Through Norris, Russell, Alonso, Piastri, Hamilton as well. Well, let's go through that now actually as well. Through... Here's your results. Norris fastest, 1:26.559. Russell is in 2nd, Alonso 3rd, Piastri 4th, Hamilton is 5th, Max only 6th with Verstappen, Sainz 7th, Hülkenberg 8th, Albon 9th, Stroll getting that last position P10, Leclerc's 11th and out, he's 2nd, well, equaling his worst qualifying of the year from Canada. Sargent's 12th, he's best of the season, Tsunoda 13th, Zhou, he's best qualifying of the year in 14th, and Ricciardo's 15th.
Have you noticed how all the Brits and the people who were raised in Britain are doing just that little bit too unusually well? Because they're all used to the wet weather.
That's it, they are indeed. That's the end of that's the time of qualifying 2. Next up, it's qualifying 3 to decide the running order for pole position for the British Grand Prix. Let's catch up with the guys down there in the box as well. JT, what did you make of qualifying 2?
It was a good session. Charles Leclerc not getting through, but really good to see that Zoe and Sargent getting in towards Q2. They won't progress into Q3, but that's still both of their best qualifyings of the season.
Omi? Omi might not be. Oh, yes, here he is.
Hello.
Hello, Omi. What did you make of that session?
Yeah. A good Q2. Disappointment for Charles Leclerc. Ferrari getting it wrong once again in a mixed-up session, as you said. Should be an interesting Q3. Track continues to get better. Cannot wait to see who's going to grab pole.
It's going to be a very interesting pole position. Your pick, Megan?
I'm going to go for Lando still.
I'm going to go for Lando as well. JT, what about you?
I'm still Lando.
Amy? Q3 will start at 57.
I'm gonna go Lando.
Yeah. Q3 is going to start at 57 minutes past the hour. By the way, the track in Moto E, they said they were going to go. It's just got wetter than it has done ever before.
Yeah,
So they're going to go in the next minute or two. But we're going to hand over to Sky and David Croft while at least go press start record. Let's have it for Lando again.
Back to Silverstone. This was in the build-up to the final runs in Q2.
Oh, a lot of traffic for Lando.
Yeah, Hamilton's were pretty aggressively towards me. Nice to avoid a big cross.
They're all gunning for it recently.
Pick the bones out of that one, Martin.
I actually don't think it's a problem in terms of they were all jockeying for position there. Lewis probably looking in both mirrors trying to, but I don't see an issue there.
And then Lewis Hamilton overtakes Lando Norris. There he goes. Zach Brown's on the pit wall. Zach, Lando radioing there. That's probably a message for Will Joseph and race control, I'd have thought.
Yeah, just pointing out some little activity on the track, but I agree with Martin. I don't think it'll come to anything.
So, in which case, let's move on to Q3. What is going to be the outcome here? You've got pace, Zach Brown, and maybe a home pole is on today.
I like our chances. We've got 2 fast race cars. The Mercedes seem to be a match for us. I don't know the degree of Max's damage and whether they can get it fixed out in time. But and then Alonso put in a good lap time. But feels to me like this is going to come down to Mercedes or McLaren.
Have you split strategy at all on your 2 cars for aero level, downforce level, Zach?
No, the cars are pretty close. The drivers do have a little bit difference in the car based on their preference, but it's not a split strategy per se, just driver preference.
Thanks ever so much indeed, Zach. While we talk to you down at Red Bull, they're looking underneath Max Verstappen's car. He went off into the gravel at Copse. He has got damage. The team know he's got damage, and they're trying their best to put a quick fix in. Karun, down to you.
Yeah, thanks, Crofty. Let's just remind everybody, in case you didn't see it, this is where Verstappen had the mistake up at Copse corner, had a snap of oversteer, but unlike Perez, didn't spin, went straight across the gravel, and that is what has done the damage. Now, you spotted it earlier on, and I'll just show it here on this frame. You can see this bit of the floor there, that part has been damaged along the front, and you can see, I'm sure we can't get really a look at the other side, but this is the bit that the cameras have picked up, and I suspect there's damage further down as well, but you can quite clearly see the damage on the floor, and if I play it long, you can see a feverish amount of activity inside that Red Bull pit garage, all around there, and as you said, that's carried on as well into this final part of qualifying.
And they're working more to the rear of the floor as well now, so I suspect a strake has gone, one of the controlling strakes, towards the Venturi part of the floor is where it looked to me as if they were working more feverishly just now.
Right. Meanwhile, over at McLaren, it is all calm in the Lando Norris side of the garage, but on the pit wall, GP, Giampiero Lambiase, Max Verstappen's race engineer, talking, communicating with his driver to bring him up to date with the situation. Hugh Bird is the man closest to us. That's Sergio Perez, race engineer, and I'm not quite sure what he looks at in this qualifying, because sadly for him and his driver, Sergio Perez out in the first part of qualifying, and we have got 5 seconds now to go until the...
Yep, here we go. Ready and all set as the green light goes on and qualifying 3 gets underway here for the British Grand Prix at Silverstone. Now, I used to like it when it was called the Rolex British Grand Prix, but now it's the Qatar Airways British Grand Prix. Don't like the fact that Qatar get their name in before that. Didn't like it last weekend actually either, when we had the Austrian Grand Prix. It's the British Grand Prix. You don't put the Qatar Airways British Grand Prix. It's the British Grand Prix.
It is.
It's just slightly patriotic for that. It's the British Grand Prix. You wouldn't like me going to Qatar and going the British Airways Qatar Grand Prix, would you? You wouldn't get that.
No, we wouldn't. Well, Alexander Albon has a massive, Union flag on his
The Williams car, yeah. Both on Sargent's too, yeah.
With loads of names on it.
It's names of everybody who's inspired Williams, who's driven with Williams, who's worked with Williams over the years. And their current staff, of course. Red Bull's livery is quite good here as well, which is with the red roses. Danny Ricciardo just
casually walking in front of cars.
Yeah, just going to go hop in Sergio Perez's car. I mean, he'll probably be in it for next race anyway. I mean, come on, 9 times out of 10.
It's like, I should do a driver swap.
They probably will.
It's like, okay, you go there, happy. You teach him, and you two just work well.
Yeah, but I can just point out, Tsunoda has outqualified Ricciardo and Perez 5 times this season. So, yeah, it's quite a lot. That's them two together, by the way, having the same distance. I think they're going to cancel the Moto E race. It's just getting worse. They might put it to tomorrow morning.
Yeah, I put it to tomorrow morning, because that is just not
good. Don't look good out there. And,
Last time Moto E raced on a Sunday, Josh? If they have ever?
Italy, I think, last year. We had race 2. Oh, I'm not sure. They did used to, actually. Yeah, they did. There used to be one race on a Sunday morning before Moto 3. And start delayed due to weather conditions. Further information at 10 past the hour for Moto E. So we're not commentating on it this weekend anyway.
Yeah.
That's Monday's job before I leave.
Lucky.
What, covering 1, 2, 3, 4 races? 8 races. 8 races. Shoot me. Who do you think, well, in this race here, who do you think is going to win?
Who?
For qualifying. You said Norris still.
Yeah.
It's better dry now. I like that. It's gone from wet to dry. I hope that happens tomorrow.
I'm sure it will.
Look at previous pole sitters here. Last time there was a British pole sitter was 2020. The British Grand Prix was Lewis Hamilton. The 70th anniversary Grand Prix was Valtteri Bottas. 2021 was Max Verstappen. 2022 was Carlos Sainz. 2023 was Max Verstappen.
What for a non-Max Verstappen year then?
Well, if anybody remembers what happened in 2021 with Max Verstappen, the opening lap. Oh no! Sorry, you wouldn't remember. You were hungover.
No, I wasn't.
Megan, you had so much red wine and you walked into the commentary box swaying.
I didn't have red wine.
It was the day.
It was white.
It was the day that
It was white wine.
I thought it was red wine.
No, I can only have one type. Oh, I used to be able.
It was that.
I used to be only able to have one type of red wine, but no, now I have to put.
Well, either way, you had about 5 glasses of wine in the baking heat, and then came in a very hot commentary
It was not
box.
5.
How much was it?
6.
6. And you came into the commentary box, which was
And an
boiling
espresso
hot.
martini and something else I can't remember.
Anyway, Max Verstappen's Lando Norris is fastest in the first sector. Carlos Sainz is fastest in the first sector. It's all changing here at Silverstone. This is the banker lap times then coming up to decide the provisional running orders. Verstappen's looking good. Piastri and Norris are all trading fastest sector times. That's because the track evolution is getting faster and faster and faster. Max Verstappen, though, with a damaged underfloor, he's going to be hampered throughout this qualifying and maybe even for the race tomorrow. They can't repair it that much. 1:26.350. Interesting time, Megan. What do you think?
It is. I can't really speak that much.
Oscar to the top. It's a 1:26.237. Alonso goes third. Here comes Lando Norris. Listen to the cheer that is about to erupt around Silverstone. It's a 1:26.030. And Silverstone erupting, but it might erupt again because Lewis Hamilton's looking quick. Carlos Sainz goes fourth, but all eyes turning to Lewis Hamilton with a 27.9 in the first sector. On board with him now on a chapel, and he's still fastest. He's a 10th off of Norris, so he might be a British front row, but it could be Lando Norris who has provisional pole here at Silverstone. Russell's just behind him. Russell could take it. Could be a British 1, 2, 3 on the grid. Into the cam, into Vale. Hulkenberg fourth, sharing the second row with Max Verstappen. Hamilton, he's second. 126, 196. It's a British front row. It's a British 1, 2, 3. George Russell by 6,000ths of a second. Again on pole. And Silverstone doesn't know what to do with itself. A Brit 1, 2, 3 at the British Grand Prix.
Now, if you could just stay in those little groups for when it's actually the race podium. We don't care what order.
It would be the first time since 1965 that we would have a British top three. Jim Clark, Graham Hill and John Surtees. We learnt this morning in free practice 3 via F1 Trivia. Megan looked at me when I said that and she said, how do you know that's in your head? You need to stop being surprised now, aren't you? Yeah, thought so. Into the pit lane. Who do you think then, Megan?
I'm going to stick with Lando. Ow.
This is going to be a lot of fun then. A British 1, 2, 3 on a pole position. Russell, Norris and Hamilton. That is quite interesting. And by 6,000ths of a second. And this is Max coming through Maggots and Beckett. Santemi has a moment as well coming through Beckett's. Oh, he was off the track coming into Chapel. Possible that time deletion?
No, he managed to just keep it on.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing here. I've got the onboard mix open on my monitor up here in the comms box as well.
I'm British, I can see people having a Guinness.
Let's go, Lando. I must admit, Nico Hulkenberg, 6th place in qualifying right now, 6th in Austria, his best result, and has his best result in 2.5 seasons. This is looking really good for them. They've really changed the mark here.
It's a shame that he won't be with them next year.
It's only... Well, yeah, because he's off to Saab, wasn't he, for Audi. But Hulkenberg proving the old dog's got new tricks.
Yeah. I think he's really coming into his element a bit more from coming back.
It's a shame that Bateman's not in it because we'd have 5 British drivers inside the top 10 because Albon is Thai British. So, yeah, that would be quite something, wouldn't it? It really would.
Albon's just like 10th.
Albon is 10th. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 10.
And technically, apparently Piastri lived in Britain for a while.
He did, yeah. So technically it's a British 1, 2, 3, 4, 10.
It was at least a Commonwealth.
You've got to remember, Megan,
Commonwealth
though,
top 10, yeah.
is that Oscar Piastri tries somehow to make every single race his home race.
He's a part of the Commonwealth and he's lived and he moved to Britain when 15.
JT's right because remember at Monaco he got adopted by Charles Leclerc.
Yeah.
He was the clear one too.
Also,
yeah.
Go on, Abby.
They've been accepted.
we've had a British driver on the top of every session so far.
Oh, that is true, yeah.
So we could do it
Brit
again.
has to win.
Yeah.
Russell, Norris, Russell. Yeah. Has Russell topped Q1 and Q2? Or does Hamilton top Q1? Hamilton Q1, Russell Q2. No.
Mercedes.
No, it was Hamilton Q1, Norris Q2, Russell Q3.
Hasn't finished yet. So.
Oh, that's tight for the two Mercedes coming out there as well. It's getting interesting this session, isn't it?
I feel like Mercedes just... Their engineers just walk around the cars without any care. They have no cares when it comes to, oh yeah, an F1 car. Almost hit me. Big deal.
Piastri's leading out his stepfather's teammate, Carlos Sainz.
Adoptive father.
Adoptive father, whatever. Didn't have the correct terminology. Jess says, I hope to see a Brit on pole. Well, you've got 3 chances of it at the moment with a 1, 2, 3. There's Max at the front of the field. Then comes Lewis. Then comes Lando, George, Piastri, Sainz. And I think we've got Alonso. Alonso's still trying to make his way back into the mix there as well. Oh, this is getting exciting now.
Random person just tried to call me. Thing is, I don't answer numbers that aren't in my contacts. So anyone just like calling me, just like, I'm not gonna answer, you're wasting your time.
Call me, maybe. Landon, did he lock up there coming into the village? Come to that town. On angle. 144 to go.
It's a shame, really, because I have such funny ideas to answer cold callers.
We haven't had a British 1-2-3 in qualifying since Jim Clark's last race in 1968. In Formula 1, that is. Last time we had a British 1-2-3 on the grid.
That was 66 years ago.
I know.
Order 66.
Look at this. Tension is rising here in Silverstone. Max Verstappen's going to be 5th on the grid at best. If he takes pole away, the British crowd last year erupted. They want to see a fight at Silverstone, and they might just do so. I mean, this is our home race. You can add with British drivers. We get just as excited. I hate everyone saying, "Oh, British bias, British media." Screw off.
We're British. We're allowed to be happy that a British won.
I got just as happy when Charles Leclerc won in Monaco and when Max won his titles.
We love it when drivers win their home races.
I love Formula 1. I love when they win home races. So allow us just for a bit. This is our home race with our home drivers 1, 2, 3 in a year that's been dominated by Max. I'm quite excited about tomorrow's Grand Prix. I'm even more excited about the next 20 seconds. Max makes a mistake coming into the loop. Bit of oversteer. Now, is that going to cost him time? What's his first sector to Russell?
Is he going to make it?
27. He's down by a 10th. Max is down by over a 10th and a half in that first sector. How big is track improvement? Out comes the checker flag. Alonso will be the last driver.
Do you know what winner I really want to see? Ricciardo winning the Australian Grand Prix. I really want to see that.
Norris is down on Russell's time. Hamilton is up on it as Max comes through into Cobb's corner.
Right, everyone seems down. And then again, they're on push laps. Why are you showing us people who are on push laps? Who are not on push laps?
No, they are on push laps. This is the end of the session. Albon goes 8th, 126.640.
They're doing bad.
Verstappen's 89 thousandths off the pace of Russell, so he's brought that back in. DRS has been enabled now as they come into
Stroll goes 8th.
Stroll into 8th, 126. Now Hülkenberg's next across the line. He's 4th at the moment. Hamilton's up by 26 thousandths. Hülkenberg had the fastest first sector. Hülkenberg goes 5th. Is Max gonna do it? Magic Max in Spain? No, he can't do it. He can't do what he did in Spain. Can't do it.
Lando's not on a push lap, so he's not improving.
Well, it's going to be a Brit on pole for no matter what. Who's it going to be? Hamilton across the line. Hamilton's on pole in Silverstone. 34 thousandths of a second, and listen to the British crowd. But it's George Russell going to spoil the party. George Russell with a home pole, and listen to the crowd. Norris is in the pit lane, and Alonso too. It's a British 1-2, and it's the young master ahead of the old Russell on pole. After victory in Austria, he's followed it up with pole at Silverstone. A 1:25.819. Hamilton is second, and Norris is third. A British 1-2-3 on home soil, but Mighty Max is 4th on the grid.
Nice job. Zubaba. Pole position, mate.
Easy. Is that 1-2?
1-2.
Yes! Ah! Nice one, team. Come on! Race to win tomorrow.
4.
A British 1-2-3. The British crowd loves that. And boy, oh boy, is this going to be a good one.
I kind of feel sorry for Max because he's sandwiched in between two McLarens, one of which he rammed into, and the other one is extremely loyal.
Let's take a look. This is Max coming through Maggotts and Beckett's into Chapel. He's going to run wide again, Megan, and take over that curve. He lost more time there.
He did.
That floor damage is costly for the Red Bull.
It has, and I wonder whether it's going to get fixed in the race. Now, I have to go because
Thoughts for the race tomorrow?
Hopefully, Lando, Russell, or Hamilton winning. One of them. I'll be happy.
Cheers, Max. See you later. JT, what a session. British 1, 2, 3, the British Grand Prix. Hasn't happened in so long.
Yeah, absolutely. Third pole position for George Russell, who comes into pit lane now. He turns and he parks it in front of the number 1 board perfectly, doesn't hit it unlike some other drivers. And Lewis Hamilton climbs out of his car next to him. Lando Norris alongside, but George Russell, as Lewis Hamilton comes over to congratulate him, it's British 1, 2, 3 here at Silverstone for the 2024 British Grand Prix.
Omi, what did you make of that session?
Truly phenomenal. Formula One now is wide open. Tomorrow's British Grand Prix, everyone needs to be there to watch it. It is unmissable. It is absolutely wide open. Who knows who's going to take the victory? Cannot wait.
George Russell follows up a victory in Austria with a pole position at his home Grand Prix at Silverstone. Alongside him is his Mercedes teammate Lewis Hamilton, who has won at this track 8 times. Alongside him is Lando Norris in 3rd position, going for a British Grand Prix win. And the title rival alongside him in 4th as well. Unbelievable. This is going to be a race and a half. I cannot wait for this one coming up tomorrow. Let's check in with Sky F1 on what they thought of it all. Jess says, I am buzzing for tomorrow, Brit 1, 2, 3. And of course, Jess is hosting our pre-show coverage. Let's go down to Sky.
Q1.
And Hamilton, Hülkenberg rather, did out-qualify the works Ferrari. That's quite something in that for this tiny Haas team with the Ferrari power unit and transmission outperforming the works team around a circuit where you need the car underneath you.
So Lewis Hamilton, his consolation, an 11th front row here at Silverstone, which ties the record at a single circuit. I think Lewis had previously achieved this in Abu Dhabi and at the Hungaroring as well.
Kids say, Lewis, they spoil your day, don't they? Lewis will be miffed with that because he's driven a Stormer and young George has sneaked in front of him for all the glory.
But you get the glory maybe on a Saturday, as Sir Jackie Stewart is explaining to Lando Norris, and he was involved in the last 1, 2, 3 on the grid. 4 British drivers get the points on a Sunday. So do join us for the British Grand Prix tomorrow because, well, what a treat I think we're in for here. And the crowd are going to love this as we hear from the top 3. And Lando Norris, with the microphone in his hand, waiting to tell us all about his qualifying journey with David Coulthard.
Lando Norris, 3rd on the grid for tomorrow's race. I saw you talking to Sir Jackie Stewart there. Still smiling, but I suspect a little bit of frustration because it looked like you were the man laying down the lap times.
I was until the end, but no, I'm happy with P3. 3 Brits luck out of the top 3, so pretty cool here. No, good laps by George and Lewis both. They did an excellent job. They put in some nice laps and a little mistake on my part at the end, but P3 is still good.
You're still good. Well, it's great to hear you're happy with that. You'll be aiming to make the sort of start you did last year, so it's still all to play for.
No, 100%. And it's going to rain again tomorrow, so I'm excited. It's going to be a good race. We're quick. I can bring the fight to George and I can bring the fight to Lewis, so excited to put on a good show tomorrow.
You have a knowing smile, so this battle for McLaren is not over.
Yes. Thank you. No, I'm excited. We're going to have some, I hope we're going to have some good battles, so I look forward to it.
Okay, Lando, congratulations. On to the forever young Lewis Hamilton. Congratulations on your 2nd place. The crowd showing their appreciation, Lewis. Did you really think you could pull that lap at the end? It's an incredible 1-2 for Mercedes.
Yeah, well, first off, a big thanks to this incredible crowd. We're so proud to be here. 3 Brits on the front row, or in the top 3 is incredible. And a huge congratulations to George. He did such a great job. We definitely didn't expect to be front row this weekend, but this is huge for us, for our team. The car felt fantastic out there. And so everyone in the garage here, all our team that have come here really deserve this.
It was a hugely challenging qualifying session. You had the wet with the intermediates at the start. There was people going off. Any particular standout moment apart from that beautiful lap for you? Was there a point where you were thinking, oh, I'm up against it?
No.
Practice
I think,
two.
The car, as I said, the car felt great. It was just about getting the tire temperatures at the right place and, you know, sealing the deal when you had the time on track. So I think I was able to do that. I think ultimately there was still time left on the table, which George was able to find. So, but I feel really confident about the car tomorrow, and I think with the conditions we have, we can work together to keep Lando behind.
Okay, well, Lewis, congratulations on getting in the top 3 and second place here at Silverstone. And finally, George Russell, you're in pole position at the British Grand Prix.
Come on. What a feeling, what a feeling. It's at the start of this year, I don't think we could have even dreamt of being on pole here. And, you know, 1, 2, 4 for Lewis and I, Lando in P3. Oh, this is just mega. It's down to all these fans as well. They give us so much energy. So, yeah, thank you so much for that.
6 days ago, you took the victory. Here you are taking the pole. Lewis was saying the car's been feeling great, so he's not surprised that it's a 1-2. But I didn't realise, looking through the free practice, that you guys could really take it to the McLaren.
The car at the moment is feeling so good. It's it really came alive in quali, and honestly, what a joy to drive around this circuit. And you know, we're riding this wave at the moment, absolutely buzzing. But eyes on tomorrow. We got a race to win, and it's going to be tight with Lando. Max is going to be fast as well. But I'm so excited right now.
Lewis has spoken in the past about the power of the crowd driving him forwards. Are you picking up that mantle and taking some of that energy?
The crowd give us all so much energy. You know, the 3 of us, I don't think Silverstone could have dreamt of, you know, the 3 Brits in the top 3. So, honestly, the support, we just absolutely love it, and we can't wait for the race tomorrow.
Okay, George, congratulations on pole position.
Thank you so much.
Got me back.
Yep. Just got one thing to say. Practice 2 for IndyCar. Anybody forgot about it?
Did someone forget to put the YouTube stream up on the YouTube channel, Josh?
I'm not the only one who has to do it. It was clearly marked.
Yeah, OBS was messed up. Yeah, OBS was messed up.
It's not live anyway. We'll deal with that. Oh, don't you just hate Dorna? Screw Dorna, honestly. Screw Dorna. No one can stop our fun, though, for the British Grand Prix. Omi, what did you make of that one? Oh,
yes, absolutely brilliant qualifying. The race tomorrow is absolutely wide open. Cannot wait for the British Grand Prix. It's going to be...
Oh, we lost Amy.
It's going to be very exciting indeed. So yeah, cannot wait for the British Grand Prix, but yeah, excited to lead Formula 3. That's going to be coming up next as well.
JT?
Yeah, it's been a good qualifying session, and well, this qualifying session is building up an incredible British Grand Prix, which gets started tomorrow.
You can join us for all of the action here at Silverstone. We'll be live on JB Motorsports 2 here and JB Motorsports Twitch, so across the platforms for the British Grand Prix at Silverstone, where it will be a British 1, 2, 3. George Russell has pole position from Lewis Hamilton second and Lando Norris in third. We'll see you tomorrow for the British Grand Prix. Bye-bye.